Okay, here's our van. It's a Ford Transit. It's a 2018. It's got about 19,000 miles on it. I wanted to quickly walk around and show you some of the work we've done on it since we bought it last year. I installed 4 windows. There's 2 of them right there, 2 on each side. Coming around the back of the van here, you can see the other 2 windows there. I also installed an exhaust fan in the ceiling up there by that light. And this was some of the first stuff we did actually when we got the van, and so it involved cutting big holes in the sheet metal with a jigsaw, and it was pretty nerve-wracking, but it actually all went fairly well. You can see I've got the subfloor in. This is plywood on top of foam insulation. I got this back doorway trimmed out, all ready for, we're going to put vinyl flooring down on top of this. Once we get the cabinets all installed. This is the storage area under the bed. You can see I've got this all insulated and paneled. These panels are just sitting there right now, but once I get all the wiring done, I'll screw those in permanently. From here you can visualize where the bed frame is. The top of these painted rails here are the bottom of the bed frame. I'm going to do an aluminum framework that goes all the way across here, and then we could put a queen size mattress right on top of that. And so all this is just going to be bed, and it's going to be permanently fixed, so we don't have to set anything up when we're ready to call it a day. It's going to be pretty generous storage under the bed here, and I'm also going to have a little bit of storage on either side of the bed for clothing and stuff, but I'm not going to do any sort of overhead storage or shelving like you see in a lot of vans. We're going to keep it all very clean. It's just going to be insulated and wall boarded, and I'm going to keep it just as simple and spacious as I can up there. Stepping up into the van here, you can see we've made some real progress on the cabinets for the living space. There's 4 big boxes I've had to build here, and getting them fitted in. Nothing's really installed yet. It's all just sitting here for fitting and making sure everything's working out. This is the fridge cabinet. It's got a silverware drawer coming out the top. First drawer I ever built, and it's working pretty well. Here's the fridge. It's just a pretty simple boat style fridge. This bench to the right of the fridge is a bench. It's a big long horizontal cabinet. The porta potty fits in this side, and you can use it right there in the bench like that. It's got this little cutout for your thighs. Lift the whole unit out when you want to empty it. This other box is going to be for electrical storage. I can get the battery and inverter and fuse box and stuff in there. I had to cut that funny little 45 into the corner of the bench just so that the driver's seat could properly recline. I'm going to make some lids for this that will have cushions on them, and this is going to form up a really comfortable sort of love seat style seating next to the window here. It'll also give a place for the dog to sit when we're traveling. And he'll be able to look out the window, and we can open that window too. Looking over at the other side here, this is the galley side. The stove top is going to fit into the cabinet, into the countertop here. That's a 2-burner propane stove. And then the sink is going to go into this opening. You can see I've built a face frame already for this cabinet, and I've got the door built for that as well. I'm all ready to put that together. There's a 30-gallon freshwater tank that comes right into the side of the cabinet here. I'll be able to access all the fittings from inside here, and I'll be able to disconnect this with quick release fittings so that I can pull the whole tank out through the back for cleaning and drying at the end of the season. The sink will be here, and it will just be draining directly into this wastewater tank here. And I'll have the water pump will fit in here, and the accumulator and all the piping, the propane piping, and the trash can will be in here. One thing I like about my design so far is that I'm not going to have any hidden piping anywhere. It's all going to be fully accessible, and it's pretty much all going to be right in this cabinet. The stove cabinet has a lot going on too. The propane storage is underneath here. This is going to be a hinged flat that comes down like this, and it's going to have weather stripping all the way around the edge to provide a tight seal with some, clamping type clasps on top to be able to get the tank in and out, turn it on and off. And I'm going to drill a drain hole in the bottom of the van there so that any gas that escapes from here will sink outward and escape from the van that way. The rest of this cabinet front will be for storage. I'm going to do a big drawer coming out the top here, and then 2 smaller drawers coming out of here. And then stepping back out of the van here, I'll show you the passenger seat. We put a swivel into that. It's a big bearing plate that goes underneath the seat, and it allows this to swivel all the way around, so you can use that seat as part of your living space. So this is pretty much it for our living space. We've got seating there in the passenger seat, and we've got seating on that bench over there, and I'm going to build a little folding table to set up here, and actually my design will fold in half and fit into that space next to the porta potty. So I've already got that designed, and that's going to be a cute little table that we'll set up right here, and that's pretty much it for our living space. It's kind of tight. Stepping back, you can see how I've got this this little step trimmed out. That was actually a lot of work, but I think it came out looking pretty good. And this is the back side of the stove cabinet. There's still more going on here. This is the Insta hot water heater that runs off the propane. It's going to have a doorway that flaps open this way to form a little ledge, and it'll give you access to the controls for the hot water heater. And that gives you a a shower that you can take outside the van. You can also reach this up into the sink and get hot water in the sink. So this is going to be really nice, I think, and it's going to make those longer trips quite a lot more civilized. This little leftover space here is just going to be some vertical storage. I'm going to make a cabinet door that opens this way, and you'll be able to put rolled up windscreen visors or something like that in there, poles or something long that you need a longer space to store. So that'll just be a little bit of extra cupboard space. There's going to be a couple drawers under the bed too that open up. I'm going to look back into the van there, but you can see that little space there at the end of this little alleyway is going to be a couple drawers that pull open this way, and they'll be big enough for pots and pans and all kinds of stuff. So we'll have plenty of storage without having to revert to a lot of overhead clutter. But you can see there's still a lot of work to do. Once these cabinets get done, I'm going to give them a couple coats of clear poly finish, and then I can install them and then put in the flooring. And then we could start, taking it out on weekend trips. And then once we get the bed frame in, then we'll really be comfortable in here, and I can keep on working on it while we use it and test it out. So anyway, that's where we're at with the van. Maybe I'll post another video once we've made some more noticeable progress. And thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy, please, and we'll talk to you later.